There's a beautiful stanza in our language, Kannada language. God, I search for you all over the place, in buildings built with stones and mortar. But you, staying inside, love and compassion, I have not seen you so far, God. What a beautiful saying. You're going in search of God all over the place. You can't see God and you can't see electron. But the scientist says electron exists, though he has not seen it. And the same scientist, reductionist science says there is no God because God can't be seen. See what a beautiful thing? How do I see you? Because a few photons leave you and hit my retina. Then I am aware of your existence. If one photon leaves an electron, it no longer is an electron. So nobody can see an electron at all. So beautifully put by a poet. Who has seen the wind? Christina is an American poetess. Who has seen the wind? Have you seen the wind? Neither you nor I. But when the winds move and trees dance, the wind is passing by. Who has seen God? Neither you nor I. But when you are in trouble, you feel God. That's why a lot of people have survived without getting frustrated and committing suicide, because the concept of God. In the West, reductionist science says there's no God, and when they get frustrated, the only epidemic they have is suicide. Now what is health then? Not absence of disease. Let me give you a new definition of health, which we gave and the IOM has accepted it. Health simply means enthusiasm to work. Enthusiasm to work. And enthusiasm to be compassionate. This is called health. Did you understand that? Health is enthusiasm to work and enthusiasm to be compassionate. You can have 100 diseases, still you can be healthy. Look at Steve Hawkins. He has got a disease called amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, which doesn't permit him even to move a single muscle. But the man, even today, 42 years after amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, according to my textbook of medicine, a man cannot live more than 2 years after the diagnosis of amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. 42 years this man has been teaching physics in Cambridge. So you can be healthy. You don't have to be having absence of disease. Nobody has absence of disease. Even a newborn child can't have absence of disease. But you can be healthy though. Enthusiasm to work. There's a subtle difference between the two. What's the difference between enthusiasm to work and you all work, we all work? Is there any difference? Energy. Willingness to work. Passion. Want. What is enthusiasm? Entheos. En in Latin means inside. Theos means God. And God sits inside and provokes you to work. Enthusiasm. You know, for example, in the Gayatri Mantra at the end you say, Prachodayat, provoke me. And that's what is called enthusiasm. Enthusiasm to work is, you get up in the morning and ask yourself, do I want to go to work today or do I have to go to work today? Find out. Honestly, don't tell the answer to anybody, not even your wife or husband. Most of the answer is, I have to go to work because I have to get my salary. Left to yourself, you don't want to go to work. That means you are unhealthy. Do I have to be compassionate? Or have I got to be compassionate? Most of the time it is, I've got to be compassionate for society's sake. You are going in the car, you are in a hurry to go for the printers conference, and somebody meets with an accident ahead of you. And the fellow is lying on the road. And you say, oh, poor fellow, what a pity. How I wish I could help him. You don't want to help him. But you pretend to be compassionate. That's not real compassion. Enthusiasm to be compassionate is just say, stop the car, get out of the car, try and see if he's alive, and try to help him and take him to the nearest hospital if you can. That is real compassion, which is called enthusiasm to be compassionate. Just ask yourself these two questions in the morning, and the answers both are yes, you don't have to go for a checkup. Now the definition of health, absence of disease, do you know why it was done? 1947, everything is a business today. Just as printing is a business, doctoring is a business. So we want to have more patients. Just as you want to have more people to come for printing, we want to have more patients. How do we do that? We see that everyone born comes to us to see if he is healthy. So if you want to know if you are healthy or not, you must go for a checkup. Have you heard of the checkup? The biggest industry. It's called the screening industry. The biggest industry, because doctoring is not a big industry, because after all, in a given day, there are a few million people who are not well in the world. But every day, 6.2 billion people are there for screening. And when you screen, when you go for a screening, you become a patient. Did you know that? An American professor asked her brilliant student in the class. She was a brilliant girl herself, 52 years old. She asked the boy, who is a patient? The boy shot back. A man or a woman who sees the doctor becomes a patient. She was shocked. She said, is it true? Yes, madam, that's what happens in the world, he said. Matter of factly. Then she said, does he become a man or woman again when? He said, rarely ever, if ever. Because we have two rules for you. A, you must come for us and we'll make you a patient. Do you know how? We don't have what's called normal. There's nothing called normal in the human body. There can't be anything called normal because we don't know what normal is. Your normal is different from my normal. How can you say normal blood pressure is so and so, normal sugar is so and so? And these numbers are coming down every day. As there are more companies producing drugs for the disease, the numbers come down. When I was a student about 60 years ago, the blood pressure normal was supposed to be 160 by 110. Okay? And nobody died those days. Nothing had happened. Actually, the death rate is the same. They did an audit in Christie's Hospital in Manchester, which is the oldest hospital, which is primarily, of course, cancer hospital. They did an audit. They have got records from 1841, non-stop. They did an audit of a particular disease, one cancer, chronic myeloid leukemia, between two slots, 1900, 1940, 1950, 1990, 40-year slots. 1900 and 1940, all that we had for cancer was TLC. You know TLC? Tender loving care. It's called palliation. You give them good food, pat them on the back and say you're fine. They live comfortably, dignifiably till they die. Die you must. You can't, no, nobody can, I always tell my patients, why are you worried, man? Die you must. There's a queue you join when you're born. But we Indians are good at jumping queues. Sometimes we jump and go early. That's a different thing. But normally you join the queue, you end up. So what? So, you're such a good man that you will go to heaven. That's where you wanted to go. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. You ultimately wanted to go to heaven. Perchance, God's accountant has kept the records little wrong and you end up in hell. So many of your friends are there. So you're such a good company there. In either case, you are happy anyway. You're probably happier after death than you are in this world. So nothing to worry. Now, but if you want really to see that you want to get a normal thing, all that we give you is we convert the average, which is a statistical term, into normal. How do I say what is a normal pressure, blood pressure of a patient? We take 1,000 people's blood pressure and then chart it on a graph, which is called a Gaussian curve, a bell-shaped curve. There are people with blood pressure of 180, 110, here 90 by 60, both sides are there. Now then we draw a median called mean plus 2 standard deviation. And that comes to somewhere. And we immediately say, this is the normal. Which means that all this on two sides, which are called false positives, they all become patients. So whoever goes for a checkup, for one parameter, 25% false positives. Today there is no one parameter. You go now for a TBS, total body scanner, 750 parameters are checked. 750 parameters can be checked. Multiply 750 by 25. What will be the number? If one man goes in checkup, probably 1,000 patients come out. So in short, whoever sees the doctor becomes a patient. But Ayurveda, the old Indian science, is a beautiful definition of health. Samadatuhu samagnischa maladoshaya prasannatma indriya manah swastha ityabhidyate. It says, you get up in the morning and ask yourself, can I work? Do I sleep well? Do I eat well? Do I piss well? Do I shit well? And do I work well? And don't I hate nobody? Yeah, I am healthy.